My dear, find a comfortable spot, nestled soft and warm. Close your eyes gently and let your breath slow as I tell you a story from a faraway place where the ocean whispers secrets to those who listen closely. It is a tale of courage, a journey across vast, shimmering waters, and the quiet restoration of balance. Long, long ago, in the very beginning, there was a beautiful island goddess named Tefiti. She brought life to all the islands, creating lush greenery, vibrant flowers, and tranquil waters. Her heart, a small, luminous stone, held the greatest power of creation. But the legends tell of a powerful demigod, a shapeshifter of winds and tides, named Maui. Driven by a desire to bring gifts to humankind, he decided, in a moment of youthful exuberance, to take Tefiti's heart. He intended it as a generous gesture, but its removal caused a terrible sorrow, and Tefiti's life-giving essence began to drain away. With her heart gone, a dark blight started to spread across the ocean, slowly but surely, like a creeping shadow. Tefiti herself became a fiery, stony creature of molten rock and anger known as Tekā, guarding the entrance to her sacred island. Maui, after his audacious act, faced a fearsome encounter with Tekā. In the struggle, his magical fishhook, the source of his powers, was lost to the deep ocean, and the luminous heart of Tefiti vanished into the vast blue, only to be found by the ocean itself. Maui, humbled and ashamed, became stranded on a secluded island for 1,000 years, his legend fading into whispers. Now, our story truly begins on a beautiful, thriving island called Motunui, where the waves gently kissed the shore and the breeze carried the scent of hibiscus. Here lived a spirited young girl named Moana, daughter of the wise chief Tui and his kind wife, Sina. From her very first steps, the ocean seemed to call to Moana. It would part for her, offer her seashells, and once even gently bestow upon her a small, vibrant green stone, the very heart of Tefiti. Though Moana was too young to understand its significance, the ocean had chosen her, knowing she possessed the spirit to one day set things right. Her beloved Grandma Tala, with her eyes full of ancient wisdom and a gentle sway in her steps, observed this special connection with knowing affection. Chief Tui, however, held a deep respect for the ocean, but also a firm belief that their people should stay safely within the reef, remembering a time of past dangers. He lovingly prepared Moana to one day lead their people, teaching her all about the island's needs and traditions, but always emphasizing the boundary of the reef. Moana tried her best to understand her father's rules, to be the perfect future chief. But the lure of the open ocean was a song in her heart she couldn't ignore. As Moana grew, the gentle balance of Motunui began to shift. The vibrant colors of the island started to fade, the coconuts withered, and the fish, once plentiful, disappeared from their lagoons. A quiet dread settled over the villagers. Moana knew deep within her that this was the creeping darkness from the ancient legend. Grandma Tala, seeing the worry in Moana's eyes and sensing the urgency of the moment, took her granddaughter to a hidden cave behind a waterfall. There, nestled amongst ancient carvings, were the magnificent sailing canoes of their ancestors, the true history of Motunui's people, who were once courageous wayfinders, sailing across the vast ocean. Grandma Tala then revealed a secret. The small, luminous stone Moana had once received from the ocean was indeed the heart of Te Fiti. She explained that Moana was chosen to restore it, to journey beyond the reef, find Maui, and return the heart to its rightful place. "The ocean chose you, Moana," she whispered, her voice soft but firm. "You must go." Soon after this profound revelation, Grandma Tala's journey on this earth came to a peaceful close. But even in her passing, her spirit remained a guiding presence for Moana, comforting her and strengthening her resolve. With a heavy heart but a determined spirit, Moana knew what she had to do. She took the heart of Te Fiti, tucked it safely away, and, with the blessing of her grandmother's memory, set sail on one of the ancient canoes. Her companions for this grand adventure were Hai, a charmingly bewildered rooster who was more comical than helpful, and Pua, a sweet, loyal pig who sadly couldn't quite brave the open sea. Moana, though brave, was a novice sailor. The ocean, her oldest friend, gently guided her, pushing her forward when she faltered. After some time, she found the secluded island where Maui had been stranded. He was a colossal figure, adorned with stories told in moving tattoos, full of bluster and self-importance, yet beneath it all, a trace of sadness. Moana presented the heart of Te Fiti and explained her mission. But Maui, still burdened by his past failures, was far from eager. He had lost his magical fishhook and believed he was nothing without it. He tried to trick Moana, even marooning her boat for a moment. But the ocean, ever watchful, always brought her back to him. Eventually, with a gentle nudge from the ocean and Moana's unwavering determination, Maui reluctantly agreed to help, but only after they retrieved his lost fishhook. Their first challenge came in the form of small coconut-armored pirates called Kakamora. These little fellows, despite their size, were quite persistent, trying to capture Moana and steal the heart. It was a spirited chase, a dance across the waves, where Moana's quick thinking and Maui's surprising agility, even without his hook, kept them safe. They managed to escape the Kakamora, a first step in building a tentative partnership. Next, their quest led them to Lalotai, the vibrant and slightly eerie realm of monsters, to find Maui's lost hook. Here lived a giant, shimmering crab named Tamatoa, who adored all things shiny and had indeed claimed Maui's hook as his own prized possession. It was a clever encounter, where Moana used her wit and the luminous heart of Te Fiti as a distraction, while Maui, with a spark of his old confidence returning, managed to reclaim his cherished hook. It was a joyful reunion for Maui, though his powers weren't quite as reliable as they once were, causing some amusing and occasionally clumsy shape-shifting attempts. As they continued their journey, sailing across the vast, calm expanse, Moana patiently helped Maui remember how to use his hook, how to truly connect with his magic. They spent tranquil hours under the sun and stars, and Maui slowly, gently, began to open up. He shared the story of his human parents, how they abandoned him, and how the gods gave him his hook and powers. He had used his gifts to impress humanity, to earn their love, and that was why he took Te Fiti's heart, to give them the ultimate gift. Moana listened with compassion, understanding a deeper layer to his brash exterior. Their friendship, forged on the quiet sea, grew strong and true. Finally, they approached Te Fiti's island. But instead of a lush paradise, they found a desolate, rocky landscape, shrouded in a swirling, fiery mist. Guarding the entrance was Te Kā, a towering figure of molten rock and fierce energy. Her presence was strong and intimidating. Maui, remembering his past failure, tried to navigate them through a secret passage, hoping to avoid a direct confrontation. But Te Kā was swift and powerful. In the ensuing struggle, a forceful blow from Te Kā struck Maui's fishhook, causing a crack to appear. The damage to his hook was a profound blow to Maui. Fear, a feeling he hadn't allowed himself to feel in a very long time, resurfaced. He believed that if his hook was broken, he would be useless, unable to face Te Kā again. In a moment of despair and old habit, he shapeshifted into a hawk and flew away, leaving Moana heartbroken and alone on her canoe. Moana sat adrift, her hope almost gone. The weight of her mission, the vastness of the ocean, and the desertion of her only companion settled heavily upon her. In her deepest moment of doubt, the spirit of Grandma Tala returned, shimmering like the light on the water. Grandma Tala didn't scold her. Instead, she gently reminded Moana of who she was, of the strength within her, of her connection to her ancestors and to the ocean. "Who are you?" Grandma Tala asked, her voice a comforting embrace. Moana, finding her voice and her resolve, proclaimed her identity. Moana of Motunui, daughter of Chief Tui, wayfinder, chosen by the ocean. With renewed courage, she realized she could do this, even alone. Turning her canoe around, Moana set a course directly for Te Kā. This time, there was no attempt to sneak past. She sailed straight towards the molten goddess through the swirling smoke and fiery presence. Te Kā was indeed a formidable sight, striking and powerful. But as Moana approached, she noticed something peculiar about the fiery being. There was a wound, a swirling emptiness where a heart should have been. Suddenly, a profound understanding dawned upon Moana. Te Kā wasn't just a monster. She was Te Fiti, heartbroken and consumed by sorrow, her life-giving essence distorted by the loss of her heart. With gentle determination, Moana stepped forward, holding the luminous heart aloft. She sang a song of peace, a melody of understanding and empathy, inviting Te Kā to remember who she truly was. "This is not who you are," Moana whispered, her voice filled with quiet love. "I know who you are." As Moana placed the heart back into Te Kā's chest, a profound change began. The fiery rock began to recede, cooling and softening. The molten anger dissolved, revealing the gentle, lush form of Te Fiti once more. Life blossomed around her, radiating outwards, bringing verdant green and clear, sparkling water to the desolate island. Te Fiti, now restored to her tranquil self, smiled softly at Moana. In a gesture of gratitude, she gifted Maui a brand new, magnificent fishhook, stronger and more beautiful than ever. Maui, watching from afar, felt a wave of regret and awe. He returned to apologize to Moana, and together they shared a moment of quiet understanding. Te Fiti, with a gentle touch, created a new tattoo for Maui, a symbol of his restored honor and his journey with Moana. With their mission complete, Moana and Maui sailed home to Motunui. As they approached the island, it was clear that Te Fiti's restoration had already begun its work. The blight had lifted, the coconuts were green, and the fish had returned to the lagoon. Moana's parents, Chief Tui and Sina, greeted her with joyful embraces, their hearts filled with pride and relief. Moana, now a true wayfinder, shared the stories of her journey, of Maui, and of Te Fiti. She taught her people how to mend the ancient canoes, how to read the stars, and how to sail beyond the reef. Chief Tui, seeing the joy and renewal in his daughter and his people, embraced the call of the ocean once more. Together, the people of Motunui, now true wayfinders, set sail, exploring new horizons, their canoes guided by the gentle breeze and the steady hand of their courageous chief, Moana. And so, my dear, the balance was restored. The ocean whispered its gratitude, the islands bloomed, and the people sailed freely, connecting with the world around them. Moana, with the ocean as her guide and the stars as her map, led her people into a new era of peaceful voyaging, their hearts full of courage and wonder. Rest now, knowing that even the grandest journeys, filled with challenges and discovery, always lead to a place of peace and a return to the quiet harmony of the world. Good night.